Hi there! Welcome to Integrations 101. My name is Ashley and I'm part of the customer success team here at Phonic. In this tutorial series, I'll walk you through all of the basics of a Phonic integration. Let's jump in. Phonic integrations are achieved by using our recording widget. Our widget includes both audio and video options and can be integrated anywhere that allows for custom HTML. In this tutorial, we will cover the basic steps of any Phonic integration. If you're doing a Qualtrics integration, then stop the video here and head over to our Integrations 101 for Qualtrics. There are some key differences that you don't want to miss. The first step for any Phonic integration is to create a Phonic survey. Your Phonic survey is where your audio and/or video data will be collected and stored. When building your Phonic survey, you will want to make sure that you are using the appropriate question type. If you want to collect an audio response, then your survey will need an audio question type. Similarly, if you are collecting video responses, then your survey will need a video question type. For each question or response that you would like to integrate into another platform, you will need a mirror question in Phonic. Let's say that I want to embed 2 audio questions into another platform. I'll create 2 audio questions in Phonic. Once the survey is complete, we can hit publish and head over to the survey dashboard. The next step in our integration will be to obtain the appropriate HTML for our 2 questions. We can do this in 2 ways. The first is create the HTML manually. We recommend going this route if you're familiar and comfortable with HTML. If you're not familiar with HTML, then you might want to use our widget builder instead. For both mechanisms, it is a good idea to pull up a plain text file where you can paste and edit the HTML code, which we will then copy and paste into our platform or website. If you're writing the HTML manually, then you will want to copy the HTML template. This can be found below. There are 3 attributes within the HTML to make note of: mode, survey ID, and question ID. Mode specifies whether an audio or video response is being embedded. In the example here, mode indicates an audio response. If a video response was to be embedded, then this would read video rather than audio. Both of these code templates are available in our documentation below. Now, there are 2 main things we need to edit in this template. We need to specify the Phonic survey ID and the Phonic question ID. I'm going to walk you through how to do this. First, I'm going to open the documentation with the HTML template, which can be found below. I'm also going to open a plain text file that I can paste the code into. Once the code is pasted into my plain text file, I'll head over to the Phonic dashboard to obtain the survey ID and the question ID. Over in the Phonic dashboard, the survey ID and question ID can be found in the URL. The URL contains 2 ID codes. The first is the survey ID. The second is the question ID. We're going to start by clicking on question 1. We'll highlight the survey ID and copy it over into our plain text file. Then we'll scroll over and we'll copy the question ID and paste that into our plain text file. Now we need to obtain the HTML for question 2. I'll copy the HTML that we've created for question 1, and then I'm just going to replace the question ID for question 1 with the question ID from question 2. Since both of these questions have the same survey ID, we do not need to change this. Alternatively, HTML code can be obtained through our widget builder in the Phonic dashboard. The widget builder is located in the Share tab, and we will click on Embed a question. Using the dropdown, select your question of interest. The HTML code will automatically be populated. You can click Copy Embed Code and then paste this code into the text file. We can repeat this for our second question as well. There are also many ways you can add customization to your HTML code, and this includes changing the microphone behavior or changing the way that it looks. These will be covered in our customization tutorial video. Now with either method, we have 2 bits of HTML that can be pasted into our platform or website. When respondents record their responses to these 2 questions, their audio will appear within Phonic. And those are the basics of a Phonic integration. Join me for the remainder of this tutorial series where I walk you through how to integrate with Qualtrics and how to customize the widget.